Matthew Hoppe of Schalke, thanks for joining us. It's great to be with you. So you're in the middle of like a meteoric rise. I was going through your Twitter timeline the other night, and April of 2019, so last year, your mom is tweeting highlights from you playing in the development academy. Now you're getting starting run in the Bundesliga. Like, how did we get here so fast?
I mean, the journey itself was crazy. It's been a roller coaster, like up and down, but it's been a great experience. Yeah, it started off because in the DA they would record the games, except the clips weren't as good. So then my mom started recording it, and then she would always post clips with me, and that was cool of her. But yeah, she would post the clips, and then they helped, get my name out there. So it was pretty cool.
So I think I saw that was around like April 2019, maybe a month later, you'd committed to San Diego State. When did you go from thinking like, all right, I'm going to be a college soccer player to no, wait, I'm going to be a professional player now instead of maybe after college? Because it seemed like you were pretty much well on your way to SDSU.
Yeah, well, it was always my dream to play in Europe, to play at the top level. And I always had to have like a backup option, commit to a college. But I always had my eyes on playing in Europe, and the opportunity came to come to Germany, and I took it.
Talk to me about that decision, because there are some young American players that end up taking, the DA path and end up in an MLS academy. You didn't choose that route. Why not stay home?
Well, I wanted to get out my comfort zone. I wanted to go to a European country and take my footballing to the next level.
I've heard some guys say that there's just like not that many opportunities here compared to, especially if you have the opportunity to get to Europe, what's over there. Do you feel like that's the case for young players? There's just maybe more chances overseas right now than there is in the US?
Well, there's obviously, there's more chances in Europe, but the US development and the MLS, it looks like they're growing and they're producing a lot of young talents.
Why do you think Bundesliga is such a popular place for Americans?
Well, they're obviously they're open to having Americans play, and I don't know, it's just works out for both of them, it seems like.
What's it like being an American in Europe? We've heard all the old timers. We got a lot of them that work with us at ESPN talk about like being an American in the 90s, early 2000s in European football. What's it like for you?
For me, there's a little bit of a learning curve with the cultural difference and the language barrier. But after some time here, it's been a great experience, and I enjoyed a lot over here.
Let's talk national team. I'm going through kind of your background, and I don't see a lot of like youth national team call-ups. What happened? How do you explain that? You scored a lot of goals at the DA.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in contact with them now. I was supposed to go to a camp last season, except my coach wanted me to stay out here and keep developing with the team, and I decided to listen to him, and I think it worked out pretty well.
Would that have been for what, the U20s?
That would have been for the U20s, yeah.
So, I mean, Olympics coming up, is that something that you got your eye on as far as the national team is concerned?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still in contact with the coaches. They talk to me weekly, and it's something definitely that I am working hard for.
What is that communication like? Like, who are you talking to? The senior national team coaches? You talking to Greg? Like, how often are you communicating with the national team?
I've just been in contact with the U20 coaches, so Anthony and yeah, all of them.
Do you think you can make the Olympic team? Is that a goal?
Yeah, that's definitely a goal. Like, it'd be amazing to play in the Olympics.
You think the U.S. could medal there?
Yeah, for sure.
I like the confidence. What about the senior national team? I mean, that's probably something that's like, you're checking off boxes, right? First team minutes, getting your first start in the Bundesliga. Do you start to think about the senior team and kind of when you might fit into that?
Yeah, obviously, I want to represent my club and country at the highest level, and that would mean playing with the first team of Schalke, the first team of the national team.
when you look at all the other guys in that US pool and you see where they're playing and you see how well they're playing, what do you think about the future of the national team?
I think it's exciting because there's a lot of talent, a lot of young talent, and if we keep working hard, we could achieve something together.
Do you know any of those guys? I know you crossed paths with Weston at Schalke, but like how many other guys in the senior team do you know that you maybe had a relationship or spoken to?
I mean, do you know Julian Araujo?
Yeah.
On his team, and then I've been in contact with a few of the guys. I've spoken to a few of the guys, but yeah, it's something that I hope to improve on in the future and develop my relationships with all of them.
Let me ask you this. Your bio says you only started playing striker like a couple years ago. What did you play before?
I mean, I grew up playing center midfield, and then I played at strikers, and at strikers I played center midfielder and winger and a little bit of forward. Except when I moved over to Barca Academy, that was the first year I've ever played striker.
And what happened?
I think that year I was the second top goal scorer in the league, and then I had a little bit of a learning curve in the first about 10 games, and then I figured it out. So that's why I was a little behind. But
had you always wanted to be a striker? Had you been the guy that was always like telling the coach, "Nah, man, I'm a 9, and they just didn't listen to you?
Originally, I kept telling him, "Put me in midfield. Like I want to play 10, I want to play the 8." And then he just said, "No, I'm just gonna keep you at 9."
Do you have like that do you feel like you have that natural like killer instinct that a forward needs?
Yeah.
The goal scoring records would suggest it.
Yeah, I feel like I have that.
Who do you compare yourself to? Is there somebody kind of mold your game after?
I like to compare myself to Harry Kane because I like to drop in deep. I like to also get in the box. But
Wow.
I've been watching Haaland a lot lately. I think that he's one of the best strikers in the world at the moment.
You mentioned you played at the Barcelona Academy. I'm curious about what was that like, because a lot of these clubs have academies or something similar in the States, but it sounds like this was like pretty official, pretty legit, and you got some like real Barcelona contact and experiences, didn't you?
Yeah, the academy itself, it was when I went there, it was the first year, so they had to figure out a few things, but it was unlike any team that I've been on in America, and it's just an amazing environment, and we're getting better each year.
Did you get to go over to Barcelona at all as part of that?
Yeah, I was at La Masia for 2 weeks, and I was able to play with like Ansu Fati and Conrad, and it was a good experience.
Did anybody jump out at you?
What do you mean by that?
Just like any of the players there that you got to, rub elbows with. Was there anybody? I mean, you mentioned 2 big names right there, but like Ansu Fati, I'm imagining, what was it like to train with him?
It was an amazing experience. He's an amazing player. I knew that like he was going to do great things before he got the call up. He was just really good,
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.